Hey everybody, John Michalski back with another episode of the Mox-o-Meter, and I'm going a little fuzzy today. Haven't shaved in a while, but no need to worry. I will shave. Try to be all clean skin for everybody next time. But what I'm going to review for you guys today is Black Swan. Now, you probably already heard a little bit about this movie. If not, you've heard about Natalie Portman. Her performance in this movie, and she's winning a lot of awards for Black Swan. What it is, it's about a ballerina who wins the lead role in Swan Lake. So what you don't know, if you know the story of Swan Lake, is that it's about a princess, the White Swan, and her evil sister, the Black Swan. So what happens is she's cast as the White Swan by Vincent Cassel, very, very good French actor. You've probably seen him in Ocean's 12 and 13, and he's married to Monica Bellucci, and he's a very cool actor. And so he plays the head of the ballet company, and so he casts her as the White Swan, but gives her kind of pushes her to be more like the Black Swan. That she's very pretty, she's very innocent as a White Swan, but she needs to show a sexual side, a more kind of nasty side, I guess maybe, as the Black Swan, which she attempts. Now, what the movie is about is basically Natalie Portman's transformation, not only in the ballet, the Black Swan, the Swan Lake Ballet, but actually as herself as well. Because basically, what this movie is, it's Swan Lake as well. It's basically a movie within a movie within a movie. Because as she is attempting to become the Black Swan for the play, for the ballet, she's becoming it in real life. Now, that's kind of left to the viewer, though. Is this really happening? Is it all in her head? What's really going on here? What's being played out? Is she basically just having a mental breakdown from all the pressure of being the lead in this play? So it's a very complicated, complex story, but it's very cool to watch because you really don't know what's going on. Also in the movie is Mila Kunis from That 70s Show, and she's actually making a pretty good name of herself here lately with Forgetting Sarah Marshall, The Book of Eli. So she's been in a lot of movies as well. Now this movie, and she's getting a lot of attention, getting a lot of Best Supporting Actress nominations. And I got to tell you, the last person I would have thought coming out of That 70s Show that would have the transformation into a big movie star is Mila Kunis. I thought she was basically a one-note character on that show, and it's quite surprising that she's kind of become the big breakout star from that show. And so she plays the rival to Natalie Portman's character. So Natalie's not only is she feeling the stress from Vincent Cassel's character, but she's feeling it from Mila Kunis' character, who's her understudy, and she feels that she's trying to take over her part. So it's all it's all a lot of stuff just going on in Natalie Portman's head, or is it? So it is a very complex, very trippy. It's a very trippy movie. Also in it is Barbara Hershey, who plays Natalie Portman's mother. She's a very stern mother, very demanding, and so that's more added pressure to Natalie Portman. And then there's also Winona Ryder is in it, and she has a small role in it as the previous lead of this ballet troupe, where Natalie now takes over. So this previous lead feels that Natalie, has kind of slept her way to the top, and so she's very jealous of that. And so it's a very different movie. Now, if you know Darren Aronofsky, and I just think Darren is a genius. he previously his last big movie was The Wrestler, which was just fantastic, great movie with Mickey Rourke, and he previously also did Requiem for a Dream, which is basically you're taken into the world of these drug addicts. He also did his first movie was Pi, so he's a very, very talented, just mad genius sort of director. And so he does a great job with this as well. I mean, it's probably it's probably a mixture, I would say, of Requiem for a Dream and The Wrestler, because you have this personal story, but then you also have all these trippy, crazy things that are going on, to her. So it's a very cool looking movie, and he's tapped to direct the next Wolverine movie, for X-Men Wolverine. And so it's going to be interesting to see where he takes that. Of course, the last one that came out last year was not well received at all, but I mean, still made money. But seeing what somebody like Darren can do with a Marvel superhero is really cool. It kind of reminds me of when Bryan Singer just did The Usual Suspects, and he was the big, young, hotshot director, and he took over the X-Men. And where he took that, and so I think it's going to be really cool to see what he does with that. So anyway, Black Swan, you're going to hear a lot about it probably within the next few weeks. It's going to be definitely up for some Academy Awards, probably Best Picture. Darren Aronofsky will probably be up for Best Director. Natalie Portman definitely will be up for Best Actress. She's probably the head's favorite to win the award. And you'll probably see Mila Kunis, Best Supporting Actress, maybe. So it's going to be a lot. You're going to hear a lot about this movie here within the going up into the Academy Awards. So my rating on the Mox-o-Meter for Black Swan is 3.5 stars out of 4. Very, very well-made movie. Definitely not for everybody. I think a lot of people might not like the trippiness of the movie and what's going on, and is this real, is this not? But I think it definitely leaves you thinking. And Natalie Portman just shines in this movie. She's just fantastic. So definitely see Black Swan. And I will talk to you next time. Thanks a lot.